We now welcome Angela Byrne with the Beaufort County School District. Angela, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Angela, I'm hoping you will teach us about the Jacob Kit.
I would love to tell you about the Jacob Kit. The Jacob Kit is a small trauma kit that can be used to treat life-threatening injuries until EMS or the paramedics can get on scene, wherever the accident or the event has happened.
So how was the Jacob Kit developed?
Dan and I were watching the news last October, and we learned that Jacob Hall was the first grader, the 6-year-old that sustained a gunshot. There was a school shooting in Townville, South Carolina, here in our state. And Jacob survived the initial gunshot, but he died 3 days later as a result of massive blood loss. And I turned to Dan and I just asked Dan, what would I have done had Jacob had been my student? What would I do today if there was a school shooting or a shooter were able to get into the halls of Broad River, where I'm a teacher, and students were injured? What would I do? And Dan is a firefighter and a paramedic with Byrne Fire District, and he is big on prevention, and he just ran with it. And that's how the Jacob Kit was born.
Well, tell us how you and your colleagues were trained on the kit, and is it easy to use?
Dan came into our school during the teacher work week last week when we all came back, and we all practiced putting tourniquets on each other. Dan taught us that high and tight is the best way to go. So if there's an injury to the arm, you go high and tight. And if there's an injury to the leg, you go high and tight in terms of tightening down the tourniquet. You go as high as you can on the leg or the arm and tighten it down as tight as you can. The teachers practiced on each other, and their feedback was awesome, that it was pretty easy to use, which is what we wanted.
Absolutely, Angela. What's your vision for the use of the Jacob Kit?
Well, it's like I've said, we have tornado drills, we have fire drills, we have earthquake drills, we have lockdown procedures, but there is nothing that we have in place to stop the bleed in every classroom. So our goal is to have Jacob Kits in every classroom in the Byrne Fire District, and hopefully that would grow into all of Beaufort County, and hopefully into the state of South Carolina, and hopefully nationally. That's where we want to be, but we're going to start with the Byrne Fire District and go as far as we can. Yeah,
the Byrne Fire District, of course, are our local firefighters. What is the cost of the Jacob Kit, and how can our community support your program?
The cost of each kit is $50, and depending on how you're going to install it, either in a bin, a plastic bin on the wall, or a chain or a hook, the cost will be just a few dollars higher, but the actual cost of the kit is $50. I believe it costs $3,500 to put them all in the classrooms at Broad River. If you want more information on the Jacob Kit, you can call the Byrne Fire District, or you can email them at safetyed@ByrneFD, as in fire department.org, and that's safetyed@ByrneFD.org.
All right, Angela Byrne teaches literacy right here in Beaufort. Angela, thanks for what you're doing. You're educating us in a very valuable way. Now you can come back on this program anytime.
Thank you so much for having me.
You got it, Angela.